John Cairncross was notorious as the alleged fifth man in the Cambridge spy ring, a group of British intelligence officers who leaked information to the Soviets. But now his romantic side has emerged through letters he wrote to his former lover, Gloria Barraclough, in 1944, and one of them is going on display at the National Archives in Kew in West London. They were uncovered by Miss Barraclough's son, Dr. Tom Brass, who told the BBC's Stuart Hughes how he found them.
I came across them when I was dealing with my mother's estate after she died, and they were actually interestingly hidden in the back of a book by John Cairncross, his autobiography. I brought them out, I looked at them, the writing was virtually indecipherable, but I recognised they were from John Cairncross, and later I came and had a closer look at them. I transcribed them, and that's the story of how I came across them.
And what do they say?
They're basically looking back at what was clearly a close relationship between them. They met after my mother was evacuated from Spain, and she met him in England in 1937, I think, when he was recruited by James Klugman to spy for the Soviet Union. The letters give no clue to that, rather obviously.
Before you found the letters, what did you know, if anything, about the relationship?
I was aware of it, but as always happens on these occasions, I never asked my mother about it. And when I was in a position to do so, it was too late because she was already dead. I would love to have talked to her about this, found out how she met him, where she met him, and indeed whether she knew anything about what he was actually doing at the time.
I mean, that's the big question, isn't it? Is what did she know, if anything?
I would very much doubt whether she knew about his spying activity because he was clever, firstly. I doubt whether he would have told someone even as close as my mother was to him at the time. But she was nevertheless there. That is what's interesting. Who knows where he might have taken her, not on secret assignments, but en route to secret assignments. It's interesting to speculate, but that's all we can do.
We think of love letters as being open expressions of the way we're feeling about somebody. And yet, obviously, this is a man who was keeping a huge part of his life guarded. What are your reflections on that?
I don't know. I really can't say, and this is one of the regrets. I really can't say what she thought about it. I would dearly have loved to ask her about it, but I never had the opportunity because I didn't realise how close the relationship had been. She had a copy of another book, I think, by Chapman Pincher about the Cambridge spies, and the section on John Cairncross was heavily underlined by her. So, in a sense, she was looking back before she died at the relationship she'd had. She had made clear to members of her family that this was a connection that she had, but she never elaborated on it. By the time I was sufficiently informed to be able to ask her questions like, where did you meet him? What did he tell you about what he was doing? It was too late and I couldn't go there any longer.
Dr. Tom Brass talking to Stuart Hughes. The exhibition Love Letters runs at the National Archives until April the 12th.